He emailed me at 8:47 a.m., a PDF attachment labeled Divorce Papers, and a photo. Him, smiling, shirt half open. A girl barely 23 wrapped around him, standing in front of our vacation home, the one I decorated, paid for, maintained while he worked late. The caption below the photo read, "The house is mine now." I stared at the screen for a long moment, the scent of my morning coffee still warm in the air. Then I smiled, a small, deliberate curve of my lips. I typed back just one sentence. "Are you sure about that?" Then I blocked his email, his number, his voice from every corner of my life. He thought that was the end of the story. It was only the beginning. We met 13 years ago, two interns sharing a broken photocopier and a dream. He was charming, reckless, and disarming in the way only ambitious men can be. I was steady, deliberate. Together, we built something that looked like love. He used to say, "You're the calm in my chaos." I believed him. We married in spring, white lilies, soft jazz, promises whispered under fairy lights. Back then, I thought partnership meant loyalty. I didn't realize it could mean camouflage, a mask to hide betrayal until it was ready to surface. It started small. Late meetings, locked screens, a scent on his collar that wasn't mine. I told myself not to overthink, but intuition never lies. It whispers first, then it screams. The screaming began when the bank called. A transfer I hadn't authorized. My signature, forged but precise. I remember hanging up the phone and feeling nothing. Just a cold, focused silence filling every corner of me. That's when I stopped being his wife and started being his reckoning. For 3 months, I played my part, the oblivious, loyal partner. I laughed at his jokes, cooked his favorite meals, and asked about his meetings. All the while, I gathered. Emails, bank records, property deeds. Every lie he built, I traced back to the foundation. The vacation home? Bought with my inheritance. The same money he'd quietly moved into his consulting account. What he didn't know was that the house was never fully transferred. My lawyer, an old college friend, had filed the deed in my name alone after his first forgotten signature. Legally, it was mine, always had been. But I didn't want the house. I wanted him to lose it. So I waited for him to make his move. He did, boldly, foolishly. The morning he emailed me, he also contacted our financial advisor, told him to liquidate assets and move ownership under my name. His arrogance blinded him. He forgot that the advisor was paid by me. I'd already instructed him to let the request process on paper, while the real documents went straight to the court, along with evidence of infidelity, financial manipulation, and signature fraud. I didn't shout, I didn't cry. I simply followed procedure. Quiet, efficient, devastating. 2 weeks later, the court froze every asset he touched. His accounts, his car, his business, even the watch he flaunted in his girlfriend's selfie was technically collateral. He didn't know yet. That's the best part of revenge, the silence before it hits. I drove to the vacation home one evening, parked across the street, watched the lights flicker inside. She was there, the girl, laughing, dancing barefoot on the deck I'd stained myself. He joined her, pouring wine, believing he owned the world. I didn't go in. I didn't need to. The sheriff did, 20 minutes later. Court order in hand, eviction notice signed by a judge. Property repossessed for fraud investigation. He called me that night from a friend's phone, voice trembling, pride bleeding through panic. "You can't do this to me," he said. I sipped my tea. "You did it to yourself." Click. The next morning, the media picked up the story. Local entrepreneur accused of fraud in property theft. His business partners withdrew. Investors backed out. Within a week, his name was poison in every inbox that once opened for him. I didn't need to ruin him publicly. I just let the truth walk out the door he left open. And she, the girlfriend, lasted all of 10 days after the eviction. I don't blame her. She was young, naive. She didn't know she'd been living in a house built on deceit. She left a note behind, though. He's not who he says he is. No, he wasn't. But I was exactly who I said I was, the calm in his chaos. Only this time, the calm destroyed him. When the final divorce decree arrived, it came with a small note from my lawyer. "Congratulations! Everything's settled. The house is officially yours." I didn't smile. Not right away. I just walked through its empty halls one last time. The echo of laughter long gone, the walls heavy with memory. Then I set the keys on the counter, locked the door, and left. Some victories aren't about keeping what's yours. They're about making sure the one who tried to steal it never forgets that he failed. Now, when people ask if I miss him,